A process of yoga. Hello? Am I still? Yeah, okay. A process of yoga that I'm very passionate about, being a therapist for 32 years. I discovered yoga in my 40s, and it just made sense. It was the toolbox. Patanjali's given us the toolbox to our bodies. So I want to introduce you to this process of dynamic yoga, pulsing yoga, and the 6 bodies. Now, obviously it's just an introduction, there's quite a lot to get through, so bear with me with this. And what we will do is start at the bottom, that's the body we know, the physical body, known as Annamaya Kosha. We'll start here, that's the base. And then the yogis understood that this body actually was the dense vibration, and they called them the koshas. And these koshas are the vibrations that actually basically are hierarchy all the way up through. And as Dr. Indeed rightfully said, our issues are in our tissues. So yoga is a way of burning stuff that's landed in our bodies. It's a way of burning it out. And we can do this, and it's beautiful, and we can feel well. My aim is to get you to feel the difference just by today's session. As we start off first and foremost, let's open our session, yogis. We put our hands to our heart, and we take a bow. Take a bow to yourself, and take a bow to each other, your sangha, and take a bow to your sadhana, your practice. Namaste, yogis. So, the 6 bodies, eh? So, they call them the koshas. That's what they're known as, the koshas. And these koshas are vibrations. They're vibrations, frequencies. We do know them, actually. It's in our language. So this is in our language. So, let's go through them. First and foremost, let's get you engaged with 2 of these. First, Ujjayi breath yogis. So, most of you will know Ujjayi breath, but for those that don't, imagine you've got a mirror and you want to steam the mirror up. There's a constriction in the throat. Keep the constriction and then breathe in through the nose. This is Ujjayi breath. All our asanas should be done with our Ujjayi breath. All yogic asanas are done with Ujjayi breath. So, Ujjayi breath first, that's the breath of the physical body here. Then we will go into the energy body, the second body, which we're going to go into in a minute, but I want you to use spinal breath. So that as you're doing your Ujjayi breath, I'm just going to use this while I'm talking. On the in-breath, pelvic floor lifts, and you bring your attention up your spine to your third eye. And on your out-breath, we release and come down our spine with our attention, and then release. So your Ujjayi breath and your spinal breath, Ujjayi pranayama and our Sushumna pranayama. So just engage with this. As you do, you will catch the rhythm of the class. This is called entrainment. So as you go into Ujjayi breath and as you bring your attention up and down the spine, the Ujjayi breath is the physical body, the actual act of breathing, and then your attention, this is the energy body, but we're turning it inwards and just going to bring it up and down the spine. So you can close your eyes, excellent, and you can just bring yourself into your Ujjayi breath and your Sushumna, your spinal breath. Ujjayi breath is a lengthening and smoothing breath. Sushumna is a purifying breath as your attention goes up and down the spine. Okay, yogis. While you're doing this, keep doing it. I am going to talk you through just a little talk first so you understand what we're doing. If you understand what we're doing, then you understand why we're doing it. So, the 6 bodies, the koshas. First one, physical body, Annamaya Kosha. We've already mentioned this. Second body is your energy body, Pranamaya Kosha. So you're already starting to engage in this with your Ujjayi breath and with your spinal breath. The third body Manamaya Kosha, this is your mental body. Now, this is meant to be clear, clean, but most people, as I'm afraid these days, is cluttered. Your fourth body is your emotional body, also Manamaya Kosha. And this is meant to be balanced. Sadly, most people are caught in drama and absence. This is meant to be present and balanced. Then your fifth body. This is your wisdom body. Tuition from within, intuition, a gut feeling. We're meant to be connected to this. I call it your map and compass that you carry in with you. But you've got to get to that level of vibration. Vijnanamaya Kosha. And then the sixth body is our bliss body. Anandamaya Kosha. This is what everyone's looking for out there. But all you're going to find out there is instant gratification, leading to more need for instant gratification. Your bliss body is in here. And yoga gives us the roadmap, the toolbox of how to be able to start off with our physical body and energy body, build a good foundation, and then we can move up through. Now, Patanjali, he gave us the 8 limbs of yoga. Let's look at how we can master these bodies with the 8 limbs of yoga. The first 2 limbs, yamas, mastery of outer conduct, and niyamas, mastery of inner conduct. We'll put those aside just for today because they are a workshop in themselves. Step 3 through to step 8 of our Patanjali's limbs of yoga. Number 3, asana, mastery of the physical body. Number 4, pranayama, breath work, mastery of the physical body and the energy body. Step 5 is the process of understanding that we move from our pranayama to our pratyahara, inversion of our senses, turning it in, mastery of our energy body and our mental body. Step 6, dharana, which is one point of attention, massively needed in our culture of shattered and scattered attention and ADDs and all this stuff. One point of attention, which is mastery of our mental body and mastery of our emotional body. Then we have step 7, dhyana, meditation, mastery of our emotional body and also mastery of our wisdom body. And then step 8, samadhi, union, complete union, integration, mastery of our wisdom body and mastery of our bliss body. Yogis, on your next out breath, come into kumbhaka, come into breath hold. So when you come down into this breath, just hold your breath. We're now going to move into the first of, or a third actually, of our pranayamas. Today we will be doing 20 separate asanas, but they'll be repeated as well, and we will be doing 8 breath practices to get through the layers, to touch the layers that you've got within you. So you can actually begin to feel this and see this and hear this as well. So yogis, let the body breathe now normally. We've done Ujjayi and we've done Sushumna. With our breath hold that we're going to come into, this is pressuring breath. We're now going to move into energizing breath. We're going to charge the battery, charge the system. This is Bhastrika breath. It's all done with the diaphragm, shoulders are still. I'll quickly give you a quick blast of what we're going to do. We're going to do 20 of these. I'll have my hand here so I don't blow the speakers. So what we will do, yogis, is we will do 20 Bhastrika breath. In breath, come up the spine with your attention, pelvic floor lifts and holds. 20, you're with me. Chin lock. Swallow to close the throat. Breath hold. Out. Here we're going to go into the poverty of the physical body, the illness. Each of these bodies has an illness and a wellness. Keep the breath out, just for a short time. The poverty or the illness of the physical body is entropy, the breakdown of the physical system, and disease. Yogis, through the in-breath, come up the spine on the in-breath. Hold in, hold high. Chin lock, swallow to close the throat. So pelvic floor is lifted, chin lock is on, building pressure now. Through yoga and the language of skillful movement, asana, we're able to gravitate towards the wellness of our physical body, which is wholeness, the build-up of our immune system and healing. Chin lifts, yogis. The R breath, release. One more breath before we get on the mat. We will now move to double breathing. This is the energy body and the physical body starting to charge the system now. We want a good foundation at the energetic level and at the basic body level, Annamaya Kosha and Pranamaya Kosha. Double breath. So this is in through the nose, it'll be 2 breaths, and out through the mouth, 2 breaths. All using the diaphragm. When we breathe in, belly out. When we breathe out, belly in. We'll be doing 10 of these yogis. With me. Into no breath, yogis. Into no breath. Breath hold. Kumbhaka. Bahir Kumbhaka. We'll talk about the illness of our energy body. Sadly, we've normalized this in modern life. The illness of our energy body is apathy and lethargy and passivity. We see it rampant out there. But through yoga and the language of skillful breath work, we gravitate towards the wellness of our Pranamaya Kosha, our energy body. And this is excitement, and this is vibrancy and passion. Yogis, lift the chin, and we take the R breath out. Yogis, without spilling your energy, let's gently get up onto your mat. With me. So, let's bring these asanas in as we play first and foremost within our Annamaya Kosha and our Pranamaya Kosha. Get to the front of your mat. We're in mountain. We're going to bring our hands to our heart. We're going to take a bow to the mountain Kriya. Mountain action that we start with here. So yogis, in breath, flying mountain, Urdhva, Tadasana. Now we're going to pulse. So on the out breath, we can just bend the knees, just keep the spine straight and come off that edge. We're going to pulse. Everything in nature pulses. On the in breath, up we come. We play the edge. It's your body, no one else's. So it's not a competition. And on the out breath, Ujjayi breath, we just play the edge and we come off that edge. Pulsing. The day and night is a pulse. The seasons are a pulse. Your heart pulses, your respiratory system pulses. So we're pulsing 4 times. Now this is Purna, this is the last pulse, this is fulfillment. Play that edge of your flying mountain. Ready to go into standing forward bend on the out breath. We play the out breath edge. Find where your edge is. On the in breath, bent knees, flatten the back. And on the out breath, take the bow. Pulsing. Let your attention be flowing between the asanas. Pulsing 4 times now, we're getting ready for the next move, which will be our toe balance. This out breath is Purna in your standing forward bend. On the in breath, come into toe balance, Pradapasana, so knees together. And we find a point of focus as you bring your hands to your heart. And we land. Now it's an in-breath edge, yogis. Now what we're going to do here is your knees are together and you've got Trataka, one point of attention. We've got our Dharana. Now what we're going to do is soften our gaze. So you can just start to semi-close your eyes so that we begin to find our edge of our internal balance. You see, what everyone's looking for in life is balance. They don't know it. They're just out of balance. It's uncomfortable. They're trying to get comfortable, and that's balance. Yoga is all about balance. There's the in-breath edge, and we come off the edge. So this is now Purna, fulfillment. So on this in-breath, on the out-breath, bring your hands down to the mat, and on the in-breath, right foot lunge. So we go back on the in-breath, right foot lunge. On the out-breath, knee comes down to the mat, and on the in-breath, we're going to pull back, bringing your torso up, ready for your half monkey. On the out-breath, we take the bow to a straightening leg, like your left eye socket coming down to your knee. And then we come off the edge. They've landed with pulse. Ardha Hanumanasana. Pulsing the half monkey as we begin to open the body. You see, what we're doing is bringing prana into your system with our pranayama, and we're lighting up the dark spaces in the body. We're lighting up the dark spaces in your bodies. So yogis, this next out-breath will be Purna, will be fulfillment. On the end of the out-breath, activate your back toes. And on the in-breath, we come back into our lunge. The out-breath will bring us back into your standing forward bend. And then the in-breath brings you back to your toe balance. We've been here before. Always good when we revisit asanas, because they've opened up, you see. So in-breath up the spine, out-breath, keeping our ujjayi breath, softening our gaze to find the edge. In yoga, you're always playing your edge, and that way your body opens up. Your bodies start to find harmony, yogis. This is Purna, this is fulfillment. We're going to meet the balance. So on the out-breath, hands to your mat, and on the in-breath, left foot lunge. On the out-breath, knee comes down to the mat, and on the in-breath, bring the torso up, ready to take the bow into our half monkey, also called half splits. So on the out-breath, we go down, addressing balance and pulse. Pulsing, opening. This next out-breath will be Purna, this will be fulfillment. At the end of the out-breath, activate your back toes. In-breath brings you back into the lunge. Now the out-breath, let's walk around to the side of the mat. Wide stance, forward bend, maybe you want to move your feet a little bit. And then the out-breath takes the bow. Now we're bowing between the bowing triangle between our feet as we pulse. Prasarita Padottanasana, beautiful, powerful, beginning to loosen up the lower spine now. That's where we can hold the spiral of our Kundalini. See where the snake of energy is spiral, so we're loosening it here as we pulse. This is the entrance to the warriors. Now today we're only be doing one warrior, and this will be God of War. This is Purna, this is fulfillment in the bow. In-breath, straighten your arms. And the out-breath, we're going to come and sit on our left ankle. Now, You may be okay here with your hands on the mat, but those of you feeling brave, wanting to find your edge, your balance, lift. And we land. God of War, Skandasana, in-breath, palms up. Out-breath, palms down. Nice Ujjayi breath. Catch the rhythm of the class, catch the entrainment. And we just pulse, opening the spaces, holding one point of attention. Prataka, Dharana. This will be Purana, in-breath. Your out-breath brings your hands down to the mat. Now the in-breath lifts us to the middle. We just take a bow there, ready to play the balance. You'll be facing the back of the mat on this one. We're just going to repeat what we've done. So on the out-breath, we come down and sit on the right ankle. Either keep your hands on the mat, or if you're feeling brave, you face the back of the mat and lift. And we pulse, yogis. So the in-breath, hand up to receive. The out-breath, hand down to relieve. Here, your right arm is starting to go up to straighten with the spine. Playing the edge, lovely yogis. Good to see and hear. Finding that beautiful balance. This next one will be Purana. This will be fulfillment on the in-breath. And then the out-breath, hands come down to the mat. This in-breath lifts you into the middle. Just take 2 breaths into this bowing triangle. Right, now this in-breath will walk to the front of the mat into the lunge. And then the out-breath, downward dog. In-breath, knees to the mat. As we go into cow, Bitlasana, and cat, Madhyadhyasana. Just pulse cat and cow for a little bit. Again, the lower spine starting to free up. See, the yogis consider the spine to be the 5th limb. So a lot of power and a lot of attention is given to the limb. In-breath into cow, and then out-breath brings you to kneeling, Vajrasana. We're in our Ujjayi breath, we're in our spinal breath. Ready now to move. Tune into the body, just tune in. There's a vibrancy there, there's a resonance, a frequency that you can feel in part of your body. This is the energy, this is your prana. Your prana holds the blueprint of your health. So you carry the blueprint of your health within you. You've just got to set it on fire. You've just got to get it burning. That's how we heal. How does the body know how to heal a cut? It knows. How does it know how to fix a broken bone? It's in the intelligence. It's in your prana. So we've all got. And when we come to the wellness of our bodies, which is what we're doing here, then we heal. Yogis, we're going to move up now. From Annamaya Kosha and Pranamaya Kosha, we've done a good groundwork there. We're going to move into Manamaya Kosha now, mental body. The breath for this is Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati means skull shining. When they put yogis into experimental conditions, they actually light up the prefrontal lobe by doing Kapalbhati. It's like a half Bhastrika. I'll just quickly show you. So I'll turn this way, I think. I'll just show you. So this is what it would be like. It would be coming up the spine, pelvic floor lifted, and then I'll keep this on for this one. It's not so drastic. So with me, yogis, in-breath, up the spine, pelvic floor lifts and holds. With me, 20 Kapalbhati. Chin lock on, swallow the close. Pelvic floor is lifted, chin lock is on. Mula Bandha, Jalandhara Mudra. Keep the breath out, Kumbhaka, Bahira Kumbhaka. Play the edge of the out breath, external breath out. Yogis, the mental body has an illness. The illness, I'm afraid, is so prevalent in our culture. The illness of the mental body is noise, overthinking, and overwhelm. Yogis, up the spine on the in-breath. Hold in, hold high, chin lock, swallow the close. So now we've got the balance with our Antada Kumbhaka, we've got our internal breath. Yogis, through yoga and the language of skillful inquiry, and that's what we're doing here, we gravitate towards the wellness of our mental body. And the wellness of our mental body is stillness, spaciousness, and clarity. Chin lifts, yogis, our breath release. Without spilling our energy, we're going to come forward with the stillness and the spaciousness into cow, Uttanasana, into cat, Jaryasana, and just cat-cow for a little bit. Again, lower spine. For the cow, wag the tail a little bit. And then cat, everything gets tucked in. Back into cow and ready to go into child's pose. On the out breath, down we come. Keep your arms forward, stretch forward, bring yourself. See if you can get your hands and your arms, your elbows on the mat. Land, and we pulse. In breath brings us off the edge. Out breath brings us onto the edge. In breath brings us up. At the end of this out breath, you lift your hands and tuck your hands under your feet. In breath lifts your heart. Now on the end of this out breath, gently bring your shoulders up a little bit, and you'll feel the lower back get some extra little space, and then release in breath. So it's an out breath edge. As we take that bow at the end of the out breath, just bring your shoulders up a little bit, and just gently pulse. It's like a yin yoga process here, where we can be in our child's pose, balasana. And we can just be with ourselves and we can just play the edge. At the same time, the lower spine is getting a bit of space put in it, giving the coiled snake a little bit more room to move. Kundalini energy of our power, of your potential. This is what we're doing. Our thinking limits us. It's got the need for control and the need for approval and the need for security. What a lot of bollocks. You are in control. You have complete approval. You are safe and secure. I can prove it because that is the truth at this moment. And let me tell you, your whole life, your whole future is only ever going to happen at this moment. I will guarantee you 100% there is no other moment in your life you will experience other than this one. So what our thinking tells us is absolutely crap. So we're going to hold ourselves within our pace. And that's where you are going towards now. This is starting to feel Manamaya Kosha. Yogis, on the end of the next out breath, you can bring your hands forward again to make a stretch. In breath lifts, take a bow into this one, and then we're going to come out back into kneeling, hands above our head in our Anjali Mudra, and then the out breath, we can just calm down gently. And then yogis, back into Vajrasana as we move, staying in our Manamaya Kosha, but now moving into our emotional body. I've just been told I've got 15 minutes. Thank you. Right. No, right. So our emotional body, we're going to stay. We're going to work. So yogis, what we're going to use, this is going to test the ego. This one, the breath for the emotional body, is we're going to be using something called Brahmari Pranayama, basically bee breath. It's the sound of the Himalayan black bee. I'll show you what it's like. We can flare and pull the nostrils in, and we get vibration. We want the vibration around our face into our ears. Now with this, we're going to be using Sanmukha Mudra as well. As you can see in my little picture there, on the way to Sanmukha Mudra. Sanmukha Mudra, this is the gesture to these 6 gates of what comes into us through our senses. So, yogis, release your hands on the in-breath. Put your thumbs in your ears. And you'll hear the rumbling of your prana, your energy body. Fingers, eyes, corners of nose, top lip, bottom lip. Pull your elbows back. Hold. Hear the rumbling of that prana. Release the nose a little bit. Buzzy bee, yogis, with me. Keep going louder. I want more bees. I want a bloody hive. And then in-breath up the spine. Buzzy bees, yogis, make it a hive with me. Get the vibrations, you can change the tone, get your ears vibrating, your cheeks, so you can move into your forehead. Everything in life is vibration. Everything is vibration. So we're just tuning in, finding the harmony. The yogis understood this. Up the spine, yogis. Last one, yogis, up the spine. Drop your hands to your lap. In breath up the spine. And the R breath brings you into breath hold. Now, yogis. Keep your breath hold out. Chin locks on, swallow the close. The illness of our emotional body is prevalent for its chaos, drama, and emotional absence. Up the spine, yogis. The third eye. Hold in, hold high, chin lock. Swallow the close. Through yoga and the language of skillful activity, sadhana, as we're doing here, we gravitate to the wellness of our emotional body. And the wellness of our emotional body is balance, stability, and emotional presence. What you're doing with this practice is you're starting to heighten your vibration. You're coming away from the illness, the poverty. You're coming towards the wellness, coming towards the wealth. Yogis, for this, holding ourselves within our balance, let's get into cow. And cats on the out breath now, on this in breath, right knee to right thumb, lift. There's your pigeon. And we land. Now yogis into half spinal twist. So on this in breath, out breath, we bring that back leg round and over the knee, in breath. And then the out breath, we take a little hug of our knee. Put your left arm behind you to straighten the spine. In breath lifts your right arm, ready for your half spinal twist. On the out breath, over we go as we look over the left shoulder. Now yogis, behind you at the back of the mat, I want you to get a sense of a you, but it's an inspired you, an interested you, a vibrant you, a laughing you. And on your in-breath back, breathe in that vibration, breathe in that you. And then the out-breath, we go and visit again that vibrant, playful, creative you. Just look at what you're doing, and then breathe in. So you're breathing in the vibrancy of this. You see, it's our thinking that diminishes this. And again, yogis, as we take the out-breath edge, as we twist the spine, in-breath, it's like we're wringing out the tea towel of the spine, and this allows the energy to be free again. So this is purna, this is fulfillment on this in-breath. Gather up that you that's inspiring and playful and bring them completely to the front of the mat. Release your hands. On the out-breath, we're back into our pigeon. take a breath here so everyone can catch up. This in-breath lifts the heart. This out-breath brings us back into our cat. Marjari Asana, cow on the in-breath. Cat, and we're going to do exactly the same this time with the left knee to the left thumb. Lift, so we're meeting the balance. We land. Now this in-breath, out-breath will bring that back leg over into a half spinal twist. It's all about balance, everything in nature. Nature is always working towards symmetry. Just look at your face or your body. Generally it works symmetrically. Put your hand, put your right arm behind you. In-breath lifts the left arm, it becomes an extension of your spine. And then the out-breath wraps around. Ah, yes. And then come off the edge. And again, behind you, there's that you, inspiring, laughing, playing, doesn't matter what age. Go back and then breathe them in. Breathe in, so your in-breath is now anchoring this inspiring you. And the out-breath, visit. And the in-breath, we get the inspiration. And we just breathe it in this pulse, dynamic pulsing of our Ardha Matsyendrasana. Yogis, and this is Purnana, the in-breath brings us to the front of the mat, where we now come and just we're going to into the wisdom body. See, the yogis put a lot of their wisdom into, the yogis put a lot of their wisdom. Is it me making funny shapes? Okay, oh hello. The yogis put a lot of their wisdom into the inversions. So we're going to invert, you've got a choice. We can invert either through shoulder stand. Don't do it, I'll just show you. Most of you know, but we can choose to do this. Those of you not wishing to do shoulder stand, then what you can do is you can come into the bridge, whereby on the input, you just bring your spine up. So it's like a mini inversion, and you can put the struts in. So you choose which one. We're going to go upside down to the inversions, ready for the wisdom body. So yogis, back we go. Up we go. Or the bridge. Walk down the spine. The poverty of the wisdom body is ignorance and reactivity and aggression. Through yoga and skillful language of listening and inversions, we gravitate towards awareness of the wisdom body, which is guidance and confidence and awareness. Yogis, on the out-breath, come into folded legs above you. On the in-breath, we come into fish. So fish has got elbows taking your weight, thumbs on the spine, holding your hips, and we just pulse. Right, yogis, from here we're just going to seated. The breath that's going to take us through the wisdom into the bliss body is going to be the balancing breath of Nadi Shodhana. For this, yogis, as we go into, make a little way into the bliss body. Middle finger into your third eye. Close your right nostril with your thumb. We're going to fluctuate between the thumb and the ring finger. So on the in-breath, breathe in through your left nostril, Ujjayi breath. Switch at the top, breathe out through your right. In to the right. Out to the left. So we're just switching at the top. In breath, left nostril, switch. At the top. Out breath, left. Out breath, right nostril here. In breath, right nostril. Switch. Out breath, left nostril. Right, carry on, yogis. For even our bliss body has an illness, which is rigidity and stuckness and stagnation. But through yoga and the language of skillful playfulness, lila, we gravitate towards the wellness of the bliss body, which is creativity and flexibility of all the bodies and ecstatic expression. Yogis, come down to the out breath. When you come down, you can release your hands and we hold that out breath. And then Shavasana. We come back into Shavasana. And you've learned this, yogis. We're going to take you a little, we're going to get glimpses of the bliss body here. You're going to be in the wisdom body, getting glimpses of the bliss body. That's what you're going to do, yogis. And all I'm going to do is go through the illness and the wellness of your bodies. Yogis, Annamaya Kosha, physical body. The illness is entropy in the breakdown of the physical system. And disease. Through yoga and the language of skillful movement, asana, you gravitate towards the wellness of the physical body, wholeness, and build up of your immune system and healing. Already with what you've done, you're now facing and beginning to move this way. The energy body, Pranamaya Kosha Yoga. The illness is apathy, lethargy, and passivity, but through yoga and the language of skillful breath work, you gravitate towards the wellness, passion, and excitement, and vibrancy of the energy body. The mental body, the illness, prevalent in our culture, sadly, is noise, overthinking, overwhelm. But through yoga and the skillful language of inquiry, sadhana, you gravitate towards the wellness of the mental body, stillness, spaciousness, and clarity. Your emotional body, also Manamaya Kosha, the illness is chaos, drama, and emotional absence, again, massively normalized in our culture. Through yoga and the skillful language of activity, sadhana again, as you're doing, you gravitate towards the wellness of your emotional body, balance, stability, and emotional presence. Then Vijnanamaya Kosha, the wisdom body. The illness is ignorance and reactivity and aggression, but through yoga and the skillful language of listening and inversions, meditation, you gravitate towards the wellness, guidance, awareness, confidence. And then we touch the peak that everyone's looking for, but it's not out there, it's in here. Annamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha, from Annamaya Kosha, the physical body, through the frequencies to Anandamaya Kosha, the bliss body. The illness is rigidity and stuckness and stagnation. The wellness, creativity, flexibility of all these six bodies, and ecstatic expressions. So yogis, just drop yourself into this stillness for a few moments. Yogis, you outlive your physical death constantly. Every year, 95% of the cells in your body are being replaced. Every 7 to 10 years, 100% of the cells in your body are being replaced. Yet you're still in there. You are not your body. You are not your mind either. You can witness your thoughts. If you're the witness of them, you're not them, are you? So it's important to reclaim who you are. Now, you cannot find you in your body anywhere because you're not a thing. You also are a vibration, a frequency. And it's important to tune into your frequency in yoga, and as we bring harmony to the 6 bodies, the koshas, then you begin to tune into your frequency. Yogis, you can wiggle your fingers and you can wiggle your toes, but as you come up to seated position, come up with a straight spine and don't spill your energy. No one snored. I was impressed. It's always a good sign. There is an awareness just above. It's called the alpha theta state, the hypnagogic state, just above sleep where we can tune in. Yogis, we bring our hands above our heads into Anjali Mudra and we bring ourselves into prayer. We take a bow. Yogis, you take a bow to yourself again, to your whole Sangha, and to what you've just accomplished in your sadhana. Yogis, namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, yogis. So my name's Mike Lever. I've got my banner there. If you want, then there's pens I'm going to give the group back. You've got pens if you want to get hold of me. There's free pens I want to give away. And any cards, if you want to find out more about the 6 bodies, then come and investigate. I just want to teach, I just want to give you what we should know. This should be taught at school, and I am bloody stupidly passionate about that. So we need to know this stuff, because you are not your bodies, you are the healer of your bodies. Thank you, Louise.
Thank you, Mike. Namaste. Thank you so much.